Do not join LPT Realty unless you can handle these 5 facts. So if you are considering that and you want to know the unbiased, well, mostly unbiased, opinion about what it's like to join LPT, then in any cloud-based brokerage, you are in the right place. So stick around. What's up, everybody? This is Tim Whittemore with the Whittemore Group here with LPT Realty, coming at you with some more great information about LPT and whatever else that we can put in there. If you haven't been to this channel before, we do tons of videos about our brokerages and the differences between those two. We also talk about education for those brand new agents, those agents that want that re-education or new education to help you build it from a buyer's agent, from a single agent, all the way up to a team lead. We've got that information for you here, so you are in the right place. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click that little bell so you're notified every single time we got some new info coming at you. Now, I've been through it all. I've been 3 states in a realtor as a real estate agent, run 2 different teams. I've been the buyer's agent, I've been the ops manager, I've been through it all. And I have made so many mistakes. So I'm hoping that you can learn vicariously through me. So let me be one of those voices to help you. They say that you were the sum of the 5 voices you listen to. Let me be one of those to help you get to the next level of your career. All right, so let's talk about LPT and why not to get into this. Okay. One thing I want to start with is that all brokerages are built differently. Are all built differently, and it's for a good reason. Because us, as agents, we all need different things. And certain brokerages are going to allow you to have those things versus some that won't. And some are going to help you get to a certain stage of your career, and then it may behoove you to go somewhere else to leverage up. And that's how we landed at LPT. It was actually better for my team and for my agents to come over to this brokerage. But that was more for the team, right? But I always ask when people inquire about LPT, one of the questions I'll always ask, and if it's you, I'm going to ask you this question, is what's important to you? What is it that's important to you? And a lot of times I've told people not to come to this brokerage, at least not at that stage of their career, to come back later, right? Or it may not be a choice that they want to have at all. So I would always ask that, like, what is the big importance to you on this phase of your career? And then let's see what we can do to find something that's going to match that. So let's get into those 5 facts. Number 1, there's no office to go to. Okay, there's no brick and mortar for you to go into to talk to your broker, to talk to your sales manager, to talk to your marketing department. There's no water cooler conversations that you're going to kind of learn from all the other people that are just in the office, or the BS sessions that you kind of have or kind of live vicariously through an experienced agent. There's no office to go to. All those things that I had mentioned have to happen either via the phone or online somewhere, whether you're using a LPT Connect, which you can put a ticket in and talk to somebody via email or jump on the phone. That's how you communicate. If that's not something that you're interested in, then you can go to the next video. All right. Number 2, all training is all virtual. So if you're a newer agent and you're trying to get into a brokerage that's going to have good, robust training, and you're somebody that likes to learn in person, this is not going to be a good brokerage for you, because it's all online, it's all self-paced. You have to keep yourself accountable. Sounds kind of terrifying, right? But it's all virtual. Now, if you're like me and I just absorb information, I'm going to go in there because there's databases and databases of past training, and they've got live training in there too. There's a dedicated trainer that you'll be able to talk to. But again, this is all based online. It's via Zoom or whatever Google Meets that they're using at the time in order for you to get that training. Now, number 3, it may take a little bit to get answers, right? You can't just walk in and knock on somebody's door and be like, hey, I got a question about. There is a hotline that they're actually pretty responsive with, but most of the time you got to leave a message because that person isn't there that you need to talk to. They also have the ticket system where they'll put in a ticket for, hey, I want to know a question about marketing. I want to know things about my business cards, or, I have a question about this deal, A lot of the times you either leave a message or do that, and it's not going to be immediate. A lot of the times in the brick and mortars, you could just simply walk over to your sales manager and be like, hey, I got this contract, can you help me? And they'll be like, yeah, sure. And then go for it. Now, you could be part of an upline where you have access to other realtors that you can kind of use as a mentor. At the time of this video, they don't have a mentor program, but they are coming out with it. So that's going to be pretty nice that you can actually get somebody as a mentor. They'll take a certain percentage of your first 3 deals, but it is what it is. But as of right now, if you're just trying to do that, you'll be good. But it's not gonna be immediate. So if you need something like that, you may want to consider something else. Number 4, it does have an MLM side, multi-level marketing. It does. It has a rev share portion of it, but half of it, there's not a rev share portion to it, where you have the business builder, but you also have the rev share partners. I worked at a previous brokerage that had a very bad stigma for this. And there were people that just joined to do the MLM and had no intention of doing any sort of real estate. And I won't tell you who it is, but the company started with an E and ended with a P. So you probably guess who it is. But anyway, that I really didn't like that. When it came to that, I was like, I'm here to do I'm here to, actually do real estate. And anytime I interacted with another realtor, they're like, oh man, this person's going to try to recruit me. Well, even in LPT, that is still sort of a thing, but it's not like in your face about it. All right. It still does have that MLM. You still have people recruiting. It's still agent recruiters that are trying to bring people in there, much like me, in order to put people into it. But some people just don't know how to do it properly, right? And because of it, it can be very annoying, and you just don't want to be associated with those people, and that could be bad, okay? But there is an MLM component to it. If you don't like that, then this wouldn't be for you. But it isn't the stigma is not as bad. Okay. Last but not least, number 5, it's a new brokerage, which is super cool, right? It's a new brokerage. It's been in like 6 different states right now. It's going to go up to 50. It's one of the fastest growing brokerages ever, especially for a cloud-based brokerage. But it's also a new brokerage, which sucks. They're still working some of the kinks out, especially for a new state. If they just get there, they get brand new brokers. They've got to work out all the kinks, whatever. Cool part is that you get to be kind of at the top with the whole MLM things that's going on. But it's not well established in some areas, right? And may not be established at all. As you start looking at this, probably one of the reasons that you're even looking at this video. So they are still working it out. We're still unveiling new programs. They still got new people. We're still working out the kinks in some people, replacing key personnel in the brokerage, which of course is just business anyway, right? But it is a new brokerage. So it's good, and it can also be bad. So you're gonna have to give them some grace when it comes to working with the brokerage department and getting everything set up and whatever. Because when we brought our team over, it was very much a similar scenario where I'm like just waiting on somebody to do something. Come on. So those are the 5 reasons. Now, there are some ways to alleviate a lot of these, especially if you're a newer agent or a brand new agent. If you want to alleviate, there's no office. You want to alleviate the all virtual training, waiting to get an answer, and some of the nuances of being new. You can join a team. Now, there are teams just like mine that offer a ton of that. We have, and we're actually in one of the office spaces that we do offer here. We do have a training program on top of that. Training program that they use. We also have, trainers that you can go to. We have a ton of support that is outside of LPT that some teams have. But one thing I will really emphasize here is that not all teams are built the same. Actually, almost all of them aren't built the same. You're going to get certain value with an actual real estate team, which is different than an MLM team, okay, with your upline, okay? you're gonna get certain values. I know some that don't have any value except one meeting a month, and that's woo-hoo-hoo, or a week, and they're like, yay, and that's it. And then you have very robust teams that give leads out, that give space, that give a ton of different things out. But just know that when you join a team, you will be giving something up, usually a certain portion of your commission, for all that support. Is it worth it? Well, you tell me. If you're looking at something and you're thinking, maybe I'm not going to get 100% of my commission, I always ask, what's 100% of zero? Well, it's zero, right? So if it helps you get more volume to make you more money, right? I actually had somebody tell me at one of the conferences, it was at Inman in Las Vegas, and we were out there and they were talking about recruiting for teams, and they go, well, what's more important to you, to make $100,000 or to get 100% of your commission? Obviously, the money's the bottom line, right? So who cares what the split is as long as you're making that money? So really, when it comes to teams, make sure that you interview more than one, just so that you get the vibe of what each one is and what each one offers, and then make a decision from there. Okay, well, that's all I have for don't join LPT Realty unless you can handle these 5 facts. If you got any questions or comments about what I had talked about here, please leave them in the comments below. And if you are thinking about joining LPT, or you're lucky enough to be here in the Northwest Florida region, up in the Destin-Fort Walton Beach area, and looking to join a team, please, as well, give me a call, text, find me on social media. I'd love to have a conversation with you. But again, my name is Tim Whittemore here with LPT Realty, and we'll see you in our next video. Take care.
Moving to Destin, Florida is apparently on the to-do list for many people around the country. So if you're getting ready to relocate to the area, or at least considering it, then researching Destin should also be on that to-do list. Well, you've clicked on the right video, because today I'm going to talk about 5 pros and 5 cons of living in Destin.